There have been a lot of FNAF fan games throughout the years, and today marked my big discovery. Do you guys like FNAF? Well, basically, you can consider yourself having a fetish for it because I'm just about to make that fetish turn into something more. As you may know, I'm a big fan of FNAF, aka Five Nights at Freddy's myself, and I'm basically revolving my channel around it. So today I'm trying something a little bit different with the same topic, but adding a little bit of stink on top because today I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make you FNAF fans wet yourself. As you can see here on Twitter, the developer Nixon had posted a few messages about TJOC, aka The Joy of Creation. That was a game many YouTubers had played back around a good 5 years ago, and back then this was a really big game at its time. Like guys, this was like if you made a video on it, it would just blow up instantaneously because FNAF back then used to be insane. But anyways, this news was just too good for my FNAF infested brain. I had to share my thoughts on this and hopefully inform you all that good things are about to come from this and they do really look promising. Let me show you what I mean. Taking a dirty quick peep at this post, there is what seems to be a short video of Ignited Bonnie, I believe. There isn't too much to look at, but there is a lot coming from this, at least for me. Nixon and some of his elf helpers in his workshop were creating another game, it seems. I don't think he is posting this for nothing, obviously, and there is no reason to be posting this to update the original game as well. Well, haha, that was a very good funny joke, but apparently that's not the case. I just did my research after, you know, just editing as well as like getting the pictures I needed, and I actually found out he is actually updating the original game to make it better. But wait until I show you the real meat of this presentation because it looks so good. This is a completely different video of Ignited Bonnie and it looks baffling. When I mean baffling, it looks like, just look. The looks of the animatronic is basically flawless. It follows the same pattern as Ignited Bonnie from the first game, but it just looks a lot more detailed, and you can see that the animation of its twitching and the wires jumboing around like some spaghetti noodles got me so aroused I couldn't resist, as you can tell. Additionally, I'm pretty sure it was said, or maybe I think just by the looks of it, Bonnie is going to be a lot more bulkier, I believe. And yes, I am wearing a different outfit because this is the day after, actually less than an hour before I have to post this, but you know, running on tight margins right now. And one funny thing I did actually want to mention was that Nixon is actually going to keep the punching thing whenever you get jump scared by Bonnie too. I find that really cool because he's keeping that same thing after 5 years, and I think it's actually hilarious. Now, don't get me wrong, The Joy of Creation is a fantastic first-person horror free roam type of game, but how will the story continue? Here's what I found. I got some bad news that reeks of disappointment because he will not share any information about the mechanics, story, and the creation. And the creation is actually an animatronic inside of the game that looks freaky as f***. Though it may be sad, I can assure you he knows what he is doing since he is the developer of an amazing game. I do believe the best FNAF fan game that there was, and because this creates higher tension and excitement than when trying to ask your crush if they like you or not. So not all hope is lost here. He will probably leak a lot of pictures and also a couple gifs. It was voted, I do believe, in a certain post that he does want to, or no, people want to make sure that it's vague and like little small snippets of the game. This has already been shown as being a new game, I believe, starting from July 21st, 2022, but they're getting so deep into the crevice that eventually I found it, and so now I'm making a video about it. Since no hope is actually lost here, I've done my research, and apparently I found some of the gameplay will have to do with the a reborn portion inside of the game, I believe, or at least it will at least be separate. But by now, I think we all know what the Joy of Creation Reborn is, and if you actually don't, let me feast your feeble minds on what it actually is, and we're gonna go back around 6 years ago. That was a terrible voice crack. Joy of Creation Reborn, I believe, was a simple, short mini version of the Joy of Creation itself. To tease the tip of its audience, you would have to run around a set building with goofy twists and turns, and you had to find a total of 5 items laid out inside halls or rooms. Now that was only about Ignited Freddy, but the same applies to all other animatronics, being a forest, basement, and attic for Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy. So there really isn't really much of any difference. It was just different locations and different mechanics. Okay, maybe it was kind of different, but Shut. So this time around, basically my tip was teased and Nixon explained how the reborn portion is going to work. Not all of it, but just like a little snippet of it, but it actually does tell me a lot. Quote, and here is a very basic level generation test I did where I defined a few room types and some corridors. The system will make it so that every time you play a reborn level, you'll get a random layout. As my dog barks away in the background as my mother apparently comes through the door, yeah, this is a pretty big announcement for me because I'm sure to make a video on it, and yes, I make well-edited gaming videos if you don't already know, and yes, it grows a lot more than the actual size of my penis, but that's just another story for later. Here we get to the graphics portion. Once more, here's another clip shown, and it appears to be the graphics will be very up to date with the modern gaming era. He is actually trying to target higher hardware as he specifically stated, so he is really committing to this, and I can't stop getting hard from this, to be quite honest. I mean, there are some leaks of the actual movement, and this is Ignited Freddy walking, but I believe they said that they are trying to finalize Freddy's model, and this is most likely means that his animation will be improved, so don't quote me on something here if I am wrong. They are still in the testing phase of everything and will be for a long while. There hasn't been much of anything about the actual progress of the game though. I will be making sure to update myself on this starting now because I found this out. I'll provide some pictures of the actual status of it all, and I didn't think it needed to be elaborated on because I just wanted to throw them in just in case. This goes to show that Nixon and his team are really going all in just for this. And another thing I did want to kind of point out was these 4 pictures of Bonnie right here. I am no theorist, but at least this gives a lot of theory bait to my mouth at least. And not gonna lie, the 3rd picture here, you know, kind of gives a bit of a twist if I don't say so myself. Because I said twist. I'm so sorry. But seriously, no, these 4 pictures are actually really cool. It was actually posted on February 16th. I think I was recording this around on the same day. But to the theory thing I was actually mentioning instead of that really dumb joke was that these actually could be the idle stances. Well, no, it's part of the reborn. There is no idle stances. Let's just say it's just some different snapshots of Bonnie himself, and here are also some of Freddy's as well. These pictures right here just really say and just tell me that this is going to be a really great update for the entire game, and I actually can't wait until the full thing is released. I don't know if the locations in the story mode will be updated as well. Maybe they might add like an extra level in there, but the story would probably be mixed up. I don't know what they're going to do, but I just can't honestly wait.